All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are officially starting our session. As we have gone through a bit of our housekeeping matters, let me just say that I have posted the registration link. If you're just joining, so if it's your first time for the week, we started yesterday. If you're just joining us today, I have posted the registration link. Please remember that this session is primarily for grade 7 students. If it is that you are in another class, for example, grade 8 or 9, you being here is of your choice as we are primarily catering to grade 7 students. However, if you wish to remain, you will be doing that to strengthen your foundation and even to brush up on some areas that you may have been having difficulties with. So you are free to stay, and it is always good to go through, and you can call this your revision sessions. I'm going to ask also that if you have not stated which form you are in, please go ahead and do so. Zidane, or is it Zidane? If you are able to hear me, can you please type which form you are in? Please let me know if you're able to see the presentation. I have started sharing my screen.
Miss, I'm seeing it, miss.
Yeah, I don't think Zidane is able to hear me. I'm not sure because I have been calling and calling. Okay. All right. I guess when Zidane is able to respond, there will be a response. All right. So just to do a recap for persons joining us today for the first time since we started yesterday, we're looking at directed numbers. And as we did yesterday, directed numbers, they are from your group of integers, and they will be, or they are your positive numbers and your negative numbers, and they will take their direction from 0. They belong to the set of integers because directed numbers, as was stated a few seconds ago, it entails your negative numbers and your positive numbers. Directed numbers can be represented on a number line, or for some, you will say can be represented on a real line. They will take their direction from 0. And what you will find is that generally or customarily, your positive numbers are to the right of 0, which serves as your reference point. And your negative numbers are to the left of 0. We also looked at how we can represent real life daily actions as positive and negative numbers. And we use these 4 examples here as so going back 10 steps, that's a negative movement. Increasing by 10, that's a positive movement. When you earn, that's also positive. And a loss or losing anything, that is represented as a negative. We also looked at yesterday the original action and undo, meaning whatever directed number you're given, there is always an opposite of that. And we also looked at one of those should be changed. And okay, let me quickly just go back and change it. So those were the items that we looked at yesterday. Any questions so far while I make the adjustment to this slide? Any questions so far? You can type it, or you're free to raise your hand. Oh, I'm going to bring it back up. I just had to close it so that I can make the adjustment. And Zidane is still not responding. So I'm not sure what is happening. Is Zidane still in the session? No. Okay.
No, yes.
Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, Roxanne. All right, let me go back to share our presentation. So as we started yesterday, before we get in a little deeper in our lesson, I have a riddle. Let me see. Do I have it on the presentation? No, it's not on the presentation, but I have a riddle. And well, let me share this first one. It may be a bit corny, but nonetheless, I will share it. What do you call two brothers that love math? What do you call them? And then I'll go to the real riddle afterwards. But this one is just a little bit of warm up. So what do you call two brothers that love math? Now, what do you call two brothers that love math? Monkeys. Okay, interesting. Two brothers, you know, that love, oh, mothers. That's a good one. Okay. All right, let me put it another way. What do you call two brothers that love algebra? Let me see if this can give you a bit more clue. Anybody would like to try that one? Close, close, close. That's close. All right, so they're called, yeah, algebros. Yeah, you got it. They're called algebros. They're called algebros. All right, so going to the math riddle now for today. Really, Javine, you're not crying. Oh my gosh. All right, so the starter for today, let me just quickly read that one for you while this presentation is being shared. Alrighty. Okay, that's sharing.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so our riddle for today is, and if you've heard it already, can you mute your microphones? I'm getting some feedback. Thank you. Now we are continuing with directed numbers, and we're just closing it off. We're actually going to do some of the work today. So it's a quick riddle, and you can answer it at the end of the session. I may just type it in the chat. It is the father. So we have a father and a son went fishing. Each of them caught one fish. How is that possible? So father and son, they went fishing, and each of them caught one fish each. How is that possible? Still not hearing? All right, so let me say it again. Two fathers, two sons went fishing together. They all caught a fish, but they caught three fish. How is that possible? So two fathers, two sons, they went fishing. They caught a total of three fish. How is that possible? Two fathers, two sons, they caught some fish. Total amount of fish caught, three of them. How is that possible? You can type your answers at the end of the session. Just think about it.
Kurt, might come try again tomorrow.
Oh, you know that one already, Tia. No problem, no problem.
Opal tomorrow.
All right, Andriette, I'm hearing your background. So you can share your response. Okay, continuing with our presentation, you can type a response as we go along, that is fine. So continuing with our presentation from yesterday, picking up from our operations. So, I will share this link for those persons who would have missed the video link yesterday. This video link, it highlighted some of the ways in which we can go about doing these operations here. And we were able to go through the first two items yesterday. And we will continue with the remaining items as well as the remaining slides of looking at some shorter ways, or what we call some, well, I guess we can call them somewhat of some rules that we can use to help in carrying out our addition and the subtraction in an easier way. But let's go back to using the number line. So first thing first is, in using the number line, we identify where it is that we're starting from so that we can know which direction we need to go in order to complete the operation given in the expression. Are there any volunteers to do the two last items? -5 take away -9 and -13 plus +8. Do I have any volunteers before we proceed? I'm getting 3 persons already. Yes, Idris. Okay, I see the hands. Yes. Yes, yes. I'm just getting a chance to read the messages. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm seeing all of them now. Yes, so your responses are correct. So let me see for those persons who raised their hands, who will be going first. All right, so I see Amanda, and I know Idris, Tiana, and I think Austin had volunteered. Oh, okay, no problem. Oh yes, Idris gave you a suggestion, Austin, so you can see if that works. So we have 2 items now. So may I just have 2 volunteers? I know I'd seen Tiana's hand, and then Idris wanted to go. Austin also wanted to go. Amanda wanted to go as well. And there will be more items for us to do. So whoever wishes to go right now, just raise your hand real quickly. Let's do the raise hand again. If you're able to, if you're not able to raise your hand, as Austin said he's not sure yet, just go ahead and just type me real quickly. Oh, you found it. Okay, click it and then you can go ahead, Austin. I'll give you first pick today. Yes, go ahead, Austin. Go ahead. Are you able to open your microphone and speak? Yes, so go ahead. Go ahead and share your response. And then Amanda will go ahead afterwards. Austin, you can go. Austin, I'm not hearing you if you're speaking. Can you go again, please?
Miss, our microphone seems to not working.
Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you, Tiana. All right, Amanda, are you able to go ahead?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, go ahead and share with us your response for -5, take away -9.
-5 take away -9 is equal to +14.
Positive, can you repeat your answer, positive?
14.
14, are you sure?
Yes, Miss.
Sure, sure, sure. Would you put your
Yes.
lunch, would you put your lunch on it? Or your dinner? Because it's dinner time, would you put your dinner on it?
Yes, Miss.
All right, I want you to look at it again. If you are at -5 and it says to take away a -9, does that mean you will continue with the subtraction, or you'll be doing the subtraction in the opposite direction? Think about it, and I'll come back to you in about 2 minutes-ish. Okay, Amanda?
Yes, Miss.
All right. And response for -13 plus +8. Anyone?
Miss, can I go?
Yes. Yes, go ahead, Tiana, go ahead.
Miss, -13 plus -8 would be -5, Miss.
Okay. Thank you very much. And you are 100% sure?
Yes, Miss.
All right. 2 persons have raised their hands. Let me see who they are. Oh, I'm only seeing one hand now. Javane, yes, go ahead. Are you sharing your response for one of the questions?
Miss, is it negative 21
For which one?
for the last one?
Okay, we're going to discuss that, but it's not going to be negative 21. We're going, okay, Idris, final response. Yes, Amanda, you're about to say something?
So is the answer for number 3 is -4?
Close, close. Just one thing that you would change for that response. All right, Idris, I'll take your final response and then we will discuss both items. Go ahead, please.
Okay. For the last one, is it -5?
-5, okay. Anyone else would like to share a response for the third one? I know I said Idris was the last response, but I'm not sure if anyone had typed anything else in the chat. So I'm just giving that option once more. Yes, sir.
Maybe.
Oh, good afternoon, Joanna. How are you? Austin, stop spamming, stop spamming the chat. Let's just give me one response at a time. Okay. All right. So Joanna, which form are you in? Okay, thank you very much. The reason I asked, just want to double check that most of our students here are indeed in grade 7. All right, so Austin, are you ready with your final response? Number 4, okay, all right. Thank you. Thank you for giving me one final response. Okay, Shakur. All right, so let me just quickly say this before I move on. This class primarily is for grade 7 or first form students. However, if you are in grade 8 or even grade 9 and you wish to remain in the session to strengthen your foundation in mathematics or to clear up some of the topics that maybe a little bit of, that there's still maybe a little bit of difficulty, you are free to stay. Just consider it like revision for you, where there are questions that you need to ask. Go ahead and ask them if you're not sure. But just keep in mind that this session is primarily for grade 7 students. Okay? Just letting you all know. All right. So let me just quickly clear up these 2 last questions, especially the first of the 2 where it says -5, take away -9. So the first thing we do, and for those of you who have watched the video yesterday, oh, that reminds me, I need to share the video link before we dismiss. So in the video, it pointed out that whenever you're doing an addition or a subtraction of a negative number, you'll carry the operation in the opposite direction, meaning, and let me demonstrate by looking at the third item. Let us first identify where our starting point is. So we're looking at -5. And usually to carry out a subtraction, we should go in the left direction. This is a general direction that we go for a subtraction. Yes. Yes, you got it. You got it, Austin. Good job. Good job. So generally for any subtraction, you are going in your left, especially if you're using a number line. But because this subtraction is different, meaning you're not subtracting a positive term, you are subtracting a negative. So in subtracting a negative term, where's my pen? You are doing that subtraction in the opposite direction. So you're subtracting a negative. So whatever you are subtracting, you're doing it in the opposite direction of your subtraction, your original subtraction, because it's a negative subtraction. So you're subtracting a negative term. So it is -5, and you're taking away -9, meaning you're going in the opposite direction of your subtraction. And that will take you to an overall direction of, well, let me see if I can get another color here, of addition. So taking away of a negative term is resulting in an addition of that term. So we're now going 9 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll just pause here. Remember earlier when we looked at your opposite or your original action and your undo action? If you have -5 and you undo it, you're going in +5 and you're adding 5, that will take you to your 0. And let's continue. 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is -9 units that have been subtracted from -5, and that took us to +4. I'm getting 2 comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tiana. I really am sorry. But I think I commented on it generally though, when I heard it, but my apologies. Sometimes I'm not able to see the chat as they pop up because I'm going through the slide. So I am sorry once again, my dear. Any questions about this so far? I say that there are no questions. The final item here is -13 plus +8. This addition is of a positive number, and it is not unique in the sense of looking at the terms themselves. We don't have -13, so this will be 11, 12, 13, so -13. And to add, which direction are we going? You may open your microphone and share which direction are we going, or which direction should we go when we're adding.
Miss, to the left.
When we're adding to the left, are you sure?
Oh, no, no. Yeah, yes, miss.
To the left, you sure? When you're adding? When you're adding, do the numbers get larger or they get smaller? Okay, I'm getting some responses in the chat. Austin? Austin, it's one group and we're just sharing our responses. It just simply means that we're all knowledgeable of which direction we're going. No one stole it. No one stole your response, okay? It is general. So Tiana, when we're adding a term, I understand, and this is like a regular class when you say, but hey, I had an answer, I said that first, yeah. So I do get it. So we're at negative So we are at -13 and we need to find, or we need to add a +8. So we're carrying out our regular addition because we're just adding a positive number. So we are continuing our addition in the right direction. So we're going, wow, miss, wow. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That takes us to -5. Are we all clear so far?
Yes, Miss.
All right, awesome. That's a voice I don't remember hearing before. Who was that? Whose voice was that one? Really? You sounded different.
Yes, Miss.
All right. So
Excuse me,
continuing.
Miss.
Yes, go ahead.
Miss, when I said what we're supposed to add, when I said we're supposed to move to the right, I mean, for example, -13 plus +8 means we would start from 0 and we will be moving 13 units to the left of 0, and then we will from 0 we will go back 8 units to the right of 0.
Oh, so you were talking about just identifying where the points are.
Yes, Miss.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Tiana. Right, so if you wish to identify your terms first in your subtraction or your addition, you can go ahead and do that. What I would advise is that you keep in mind the direction that you are to go in order to correctly carry out the operation.
Yes, Miss. And Miss, my teacher also said that an easy way to do it for like the negative, if there are two like unlike signs, like a negative and a positive,
Yes.
we can just subtract them, and
You keep the sign.
keep the sign of the larger number.
Yes, and we have that coming up in, if it's, I'm not sure if it's the next slide or the one after that one. So there are some easy ways that have been proven, tested, tried and proven to work all the time. And this is what Tiana just made mention of. So instead of using your number line to carry out and to draw and to count and you do the hop, skip and jump or how many units, there are some ways in which you can look at it. And it all comes back to a general operation of addition. So when you're adding and the signs of the term that you're adding, if they are the same, you just go ahead and you will add your numbers and you'll take the sign of the number once they are the same. If there are different signs, you'll go ahead and subtract, and then you will take the sign of the term that has the higher or the larger absolute value. And then with subtraction, you just change add to the opposite, and that is it. Any questions? Any
No,
questions?
miss.
So this is an easier way. Yes, go ahead.
Miss, I said no, Miss.
Oh, okay, okay. Are there any questions? Joanna, yes, you have a question? Oh, okay. Austin, do you have a question? Are you good? Let me quickly run down the names. Amir, any question? Idris, Javin, any question?
No, miss.
Shakir, any question? Amanda, any question? Roxanne?
No, miss.
All right. So that means then I can, Austin said not yet. So me being me, you know, I always have a lovely question for you to try. So we have, that's 8, right? And how many of you are here? 9-ish. There are about 9 of you here. So we're gonna hop, skip, and everyone will be doing a question. So let me see. So Amir, let me change the color of the markers so you can all see which one you're going to do. I'm going to use your initials. If you're not able to open your microphone to speak, you can go ahead and just type your response in the chat. that is fine. Whoa, Austin, that's not how we do, okay? That's not how we do. I will give each person an item to do. Yeah, give each person an item to do. And if there are difficulties in understanding, I'll first ask some classmates to share what their views are. And then if there are still issues, we'll work through the questions together. So let me go now. So AK, that's for Amir. You're doing the first one. Austin, I'll use the abbreviation for Australia. I'll use IG, Idris. JC for JC. Let's see who else. We have JL. So once you've seen your name or your initial or your abbreviation beside an item, you can just go ahead and work that out. Amanda, your last name is Mundul, right? So I can put AM.
Yes, miss.
Thank you, my dear. So Amanda is doing that one. Amanda is the morning. Shakir or Shakir, I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Shakur.
Or Shakur.
Yes,
My bad. So Shak, you're doing the second to last one. And TM. So TM and TM. Roxanne. Roxanne's camera is up, but I'm not sure if she has audio. Roxanne, do you have audio? We have. Remember, you can type your response. I'll give you a few minutes. If you are finished, you can send a private message to me or a direct message to me for me to look at your response. Austin, I know, my dear, I know. We're still waiting on some more responses. So let me just tick who I've gotten the responses from. This is so cool. You can double check and take off your responses. All right, so I have gotten a response from Amir. I've gotten a response from Austin. Idris, I think you responded. Okay, AM responded. Tiana responded. Let me see who else I'm supposed to be looking for. Yes, it just responded. JC, have you responded? I think, yeah, Joanna responded. Shakur and Javine. Yeah, Shakur responded.
Answered already.
Yeah, I just seeing it. So I just ticking off. All right. So notice I haven't told you whether or not your answers are correct or incorrect. I'm just sharing with you that I've just gotten your responses. So let's go through together. So as I go through your item, just please share with us as a group what your response was and how you came about your response, okay? So Amir, if you're able to speak, you can go ahead. And so if you can speak, just go right ahead. What happened, Javane? I'm not sure what happened. No, but you have to try. That's how we know how well you understand. Guess, Javane, you're gonna have to try it. If I have to keep you in the session till the morning, you're gonna have to put your words together, girl. It gives you anxiety sometimes. But we can work on that together, okay? We shame no one, we judge no one, we allow everyone to express their ideas in a respectful manner, okay? Austin, just hold on, my dear, hold on. Okay, so Amir, you still here? I'm not getting a response from Amir. Kennedy? I'm not hearing Amir at all. Okay, Austin says that he just used common sense. But there must be a way to think about it. There must be a way. All right. Did it from experience. Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. But ideally though, Austin, it would be great if you can say, and especially seeing that we are looking at the number line, if you could say, okay, I started at the -2, which you were given, and then based on the operation, we either moved left or right. And in your case, Austin, which direction did you move? Not hearing. Oh, you typed. My bad. My bad. You went left? You sure? You sure you're supposed to go left? Anyone else has another response? Oh, flabbergasted. Idris, you're a tad bit confused. How so? I'm looking at the responses in the chat. All right, hold on. I think there's a bit of confusion for you. Which question are you doing? Because Austin was working out question number 2, which is the -2 + 5. So I'm not sure. Okay, so what was your response, Austin? Did you get a positive response or a negative response? Okay, but how does going left takes you to +3? I'm holding up my right hand. Are you seeing it as my left? This is my right hand. Are you seeing it as my left? Okay. Interesting. Well, when you draw your number line, oh, see, that's my left. Okay. All right. So this is just exactly what I was expecting, in the sense that even though we have a basic understanding of how to carry out addition and subtraction, once we start looking at utilizing positive or introducing positive and negative terms, it causes confusion, because we're looking at whether or not we are going to the left or right for each of our operation. So let me just quickly go from the top as we are wrapping up, because we're now at 6:31. Our sessions are usually for an hour, from 5:30 to 6:30. And I try not to go beyond that time. Good day, Jaden. All right, so Jaden, what I'm going to do, you can stay in the session and I will just send you the registration link and you fill it out, okay? And also, Jaden, are you in grade 7? Okay, great. So just hang tight, Jaden. Oh, okay, okay, sir. Jaden from JC, all right. Okay. So what I'm about to do, we're going to quickly go through these items, then we will close off right here. And I do believe this may be one of our final, yes, it will be our final slide. And then we will have just these to look at for next week's session. Okay, so item number 1, addition of 2 and 5. These numbers, these terms, remember, once you do not see any sign specifically attached to them, we take them to be positive. So this first one is a regular addition. So we're at 5, and we are going in so yes, it's 5, and that takes us to 7. The next item is -2, and we're adding to -2 +5. So -2, and to add a +5, which direction do we go? We are going in the right direction once more, because it is taken to be a regular addition because we're adding a positive term. Yes, go ahead. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Austin. I'm sorry. The 2 is negative, not the 5. You're adding to the 2 5 units, and the 5 units that you're adding, those units are positive. So you're going in the positive direction, which is to the right. There's no need to be confused, Austin. That's why we are here. Help to clarify anything that we do not understand right away. Yes, yes, you can say it like that. Yeah, because once you're able to identify your reference point, meaning your starting point, I should say, then your operation and the term that follows, if it's negative or positive, that will tell you if you're continuing in the right direction or left based on what you have. So for the third one, also the answer, let me just quickly write it. So this answer is going to be +3. Remember, we don't usually write a sign. Well, let me put 7 for this one. 2 plus -5. So usually when we're adding, we should go to the right. But because we're adding in the negative, or we're adding a negative, we're going to add, but in the opposite direction. Meaning we're adding, but we're going to the left because we're adding a negative term. Yes, Austin, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. What about number 2? If you're able to use your microphone, just go ahead and do so. Oh, okay, no problem. Oh, okay, no problem. And let me quickly go through the next items because I do not want to keep it too far beyond our time, which we've already gone 6 minutes beyond that time. -2 plus -5. So our starting point here is once again -2. But to this -2, we're adding -5. So we are now looking at an addition, but in the opposite. So usually addition takes us to the right. But because we're adding a negative term, we're adding, because we're using the number line, so that's why I'm referring to either moving right or left. So we're now going to the opposite direction, 5 units. So you're adding in the reverse based on how your number line is. So this will take us to -7. Excuse me. Next item, we have +2, take away 5. Using the number line once more, you are at +2 and you're subtracting a +5. You will just continue with your subtraction. That takes you to a -3. This The sixth item here is similar to the fourth item. We're taking away in the reverse. That will take us to an overall addition operation. Any questions so far? Go ahead. All right, I think Shakur has gotten it. All right. I'm happy that you're getting it. And I do hope that with practice, you will continue to do so. Javine, you're not stressed. No, ma'am. Nope. Nope. You're not stressed. Nope. Unless you have homework that you didn't do as yet, then I can understand why you say you might be stressed, but you're not stressed. Nope. You're fine. You perhaps maybe overthinking some of the things a little bit. That probably causing you to feel as how you have expressed. But it does take practice. So if you prefer to use your number line, just remember the direction. But if you would like to use the rules with the same sign or different sign, just pay close attention to the signs that are given. So remember directed numbers. Just remember directed numbers take the direction from 0. Directed numbers are either positive or negative. You can represent them on a number line. When you're carrying out operations of addition and subtraction, so remember we're wrapping up now, so you can hold the comments in the chat, please, and just focus as we are closing. So just remember that whenever you are adding or subtracting your positive and negative numbers, just pay close attention to the signs, close attention to your term that's starting off the subtraction or the addition operation, and then look at the term that comes next after the addition sign or the subtraction sign. If that term is either negative or positive, and you will decide what to do if you are continuing with your addition, or you are adding in the reverse, or you're continuing with your subtraction, or you are subtracting in the reverse. Once again, it takes practice. Ensure that you practice. You do have a lot of online resources. And for those of you who were not here yesterday, if you'd like to get the video link that was very helpful in the exercise given yesterday and today, you can stay back a few minutes for me to share that video link with you. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a good evening. It was a pleasure. See you all again next Monday, same time, same place. If you did not get the registration link, please also remain, and I will share that at the close of this session. So bye everyone. If you're staying back, just please stay back for the links. Adios. You too.